Welcome to BNC Sports. I'm James Hill. NBA, you're looking at video of the Boston Celtics versus the Washington Wizards in our nation's capital. Jaylen Brown chips in 25 points and pulls down 7 rebounds for the C's. Russell Westbrook scoring 13 points, dishing out 11 assists and pulling down 9 rebounds. Bradley Beal was the man of the hour. Beal drops in 35 points. Washington 104, Boston 91, your final. NBA, Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets at Golden State. Kevin Durant returning to the Bay Area, folks. He helps lift Brooklyn past the Golden State Warriors by a final score of 134 to 117. KD with 20 points. 6 assists and 5 rebounds. In 19 games with Brooklyn, Durant is averaging 29 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists per contest. After scoring 27 points, here's what Steph Curry told me after the game.
Steph, from my standpoint, it looks like you're playing MVP basketball. You've done it before. Talk about it from your perspective, what you see out there. I mean, you're scoring, you're doing your thing, but to me, it looks like MVP. What do you say, and what's it like for you personally?
Kind of question of what Marcus said. I'm just trying to get better, trying to continue to elevate my game, no matter what the narrative is around our team, no matter how people think about, how long your prime can last. It's all just about my own confidence and what I'm trying to do out there on the floor. So obviously nothing to prove, but a lot to do in terms of my own expectations and expectations for this team. So it's going to be a different challenge than it has been for these first 27 games, and it's going to be like that for the last 45. So just got to continue to do my job at the highest level and let the rest of it kind of take care of itself.
All right, Curry. FCS Football 2021, February 21st, the Tennessee State University Tigers kick off their season versus Jacksonville State. In 4 games, they will be played at Hale Stadium in spring of 21. Eastern Illinois, UT Martin, and Southeast Missouri all play TSU in the hole. Currently, Tennessee State does not have an HBCU football team on their spring 21 schedule. Check out this BNC Sports exclusive, part 2.
The protocol that we have here on campus is a really good one. I think our administrative staff has done a tremendous job of educating our student athletes on, the do's and don'ts of COVID. And like right now, our kids are going down to Meharry today to get tested. So we tested our kids every other week, 100% of our football team. We've had very few positives. We have had some, and there are protocols at the university to isolate those guys and quarantine them and contact trace and things of that nature. But we've been very, very fortunate here at Tennessee State with the way we've handled COVID. And I think, moving forward, we'll keep those same protocols in place, and hopefully, we can get this thing kicked off.
Coach Reed, the Ohio Valley Conference is doing a phenomenal job putting a schedule together. You guys will actually play most of your games in the state of Tennessee. You'll step out and go over to Kentucky. But talk about the mentality going into a season and what you envision in conference play this year.
Well, it's always a tough conference. When you talk about the Jacksonville States of the world, UT Martin, Eastern Kentucky, which will not be, on that spring schedule because they're playing 8 games in the fall. But, it's a tough conference. It's always been a tough conference. And, our first game will be against Jacksonville State University. And we look forward to that. We've been really well, in opening contests, beginning part of the season. Hopefully we'll go into this thing healthy. Injuries killed us last year. We had, I think, 17 starters to miss 6 or more games. Everybody's back healthy right now, so we're really chomping at the bit, like I said earlier, to get started and go against somebody else.
All right, thank you, Coach Reed. You're looking at Big Ten men's basketball, Michigan at Wisconsin. And check out the first half. That is Aleem Ford dropping in 3 of his 15 points. Badgers up by 3. And Isaiah Livers pulls up and scores 3 of his 20 points. The Wolverines too hot to handle, folks, in the second half. Big Blue outscoring the Badgers 40-20 in the second half. Coach Juwan Howard and Michigan defeat Wisconsin 67-59. Your final, third-ranked Michigan improving to 14-1. All right, finally, it's time for our BNC King of the Hill. He's one of the greatest HBCU basketball coaches of all time. John McClendon is our BNC King of the Hill. John B. McClendon was born April 5th, 1915 in Hiawatha, Kansas. He passed October 9th of 1999 in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. McClendon coached North Carolina College for Negroes. It's currently known as North Carolina Central. He also coached at Hampton, Tennessee A&I, now known as Tennessee State University, Kentucky State, and Cleveland State. Coach McClendon is a 3-time NAIA Coach of the Year. His accomplishments include the difficult three-peat, the NAIA Basketball Championship at Tennessee State. He also coached the ABL's Cleveland Pipers and the ABA's Denver Rockets. John McClendon was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame as a contributor back in '79 and as a coach in 2016. The late, great John B. McClendon is our BNC King of the Hill. We'll be right back.